Okay, so you thought about it and you realize I got to get rid of my dress shoes, I got to get rid of my running shoes, and I definitely got to get rid of my basketball shoes because if my foot arch is collapsing, my knee's not tracking right, and your hips are just very unstable. So you decided to try squatting, and you also realize that when you get down and you come back up, your knee caves right in and buckles. So besides the hip work you're already doing, you notice that, well, wow, my ankles are really restricted. So we got to get in there and start mobilizing your ankles. Let's start with this knee and calf stretch. Make sure you're feeling a stretch on the backside of your ankle. You can even add a weight to get a better stretch. Just make sure your foot arch isn't collapsing and your knee is tracking on the outside edge of your foot. Let's say you have a blocking sensation in front of your foot though. Grab a resistance band, put it around your ankle, make sure it's below and not above because people do this a lot. We want to mobilize the ankle joint and restore the proper function. You can even add a weight to get more of a stretch. Here's a few alternatives that you can do to mobilize more than just your ankles. Get your handy dandy lacrosse ball out. You want to take it and you want to put it behind your calf and behind your hamstring and squeeze because you're going to be able to mobilize both your hamstrings and your calves. And you're going to do the same thing with the kneeling calf stretch. You can even do it with an elevated foot to get your hips mobilized in the squat position. Here's another awesome way to mobilize your hips with your ankles. Get in a deep goblet squat position. You're going to take a kettlebell, dumbbell, or a plate and push the weight over top of your knees to make sure your knees are tracking right and keeping your glutes and hips engaged. You can even throw a little bonus in there and push the weight against your knees to stretch out your hips. If you're trapped in those foot coffins all day, make sure you're getting out of those, you're strengthening up your glutes, and you're working on that ankle mobility to try to restore some function to your feet.